In this video, I'm rolling with Blue Belt James. He is an 18-year-old blue belt. He just converted his belt to the adult colors, I believe. And the second round is with, I believe his name is David. He'll kill me if I get it wrong. But he's a purple belt who hasn't trained in, I think he said 10 years. So he's just returning to training. He seems like, he needs to get back into it. He's 36 years old. And then the last round is with Hussein. Hussein is a black belt at the school. We have many other rounds. I'll include them in the description. So right now I'm just feeling out James. It looks like he's around my size. Dare I say, 3 decades younger than me? Over 3. So I'm just controlling his wrist. Here I did a little sweep. Very slowly, very incrementally. I put my hand under his leg and I had the other spider guard and I just swept him over. So now he tried to hook his leg around my head. I turned my hips and cleared that hook that he had with his right leg. And now I'm in side control. There I have an arm weave. I'm really not trying to be aggressive. I'm just taking whatever's there casually. So here I'm threatening the wrist lock, but I let it go. And now I'm in mount. I'm not pressuring him. He has room to move. I'm not crushing him with hip pressure. And there I think I'm trying to do a collar choke, but he's defending. So I'm just relaxing there. I don't want to gas my arms. I use my head to keep me positioned properly. And there I just spun to his back. I'm looking for the collar choke, bow and arrow as they call it, but I already have my legs around his body in a manner which I enjoy choking from that position, or what I call the diamond. So here I'm just waiting to see what he's going to do. And then he left his arm out and I just took it. Now we're going to reset. I'm just giving him a token grab of his collar. I want to see what his reactions would be. I'm really just feeling him out. I'm kind of testing out his level. Because with blue belts, there's always a big variety in level. Some blue belts can be very talented or super athletic. They can be a handful sometimes. They could be a competitor. So here I'm looking to get behind his tricep. You hear me talk about this quite a bit. If I wanted to, I could have tucked my head and rolled him over into the armbar there. But instead, I came back around the other way. As you can see, I'm very calm. I knew he didn't have a hook there, so I cleared that hook. And now I'm just like hanging on his arm. I'm not really trying to finish, because if I was, I would go more up to the grip. I just want to see how long I could control the position, kind of like riding a mechanical bull. How long can I hang on? So there he sat up. As you can see, that's a big mistake with me. I'm always looking for that choke. I want him to sit up there. Usually with the gi, I don't finish a rear naked choke like that, but if they just sit up into it, I have to take it. And I say that because I'll usually finish with the collar, which is much easier. So here I'm just grabbing his lapel, just looking to make a connection. There I tried to push him over, and he turtled, and now I'm basically on his shoulder, and will probably soon be on his back. And I rolled him over out of the turtle position, out of his defensive shell, and I trapped his arm. There I could have had the wrist lock, but I let it go. Here I usually take the Americana. You could see I thought about it. But I'm really, again, it's like a feel-out round. I've never rolled with James before. So here I step over. You could see he's ready to tap. His hand is up, ready to tap with my step-over armbar. But he spun, and then I spun to the Americana response on the opposite side. And that ended the round. I don't think I finished him there. I think the round ended. That's my professor in the background, Mike Codella. He's sitting down. Now Yusuf is in that same spot. And here he comes. So I think his name is David. I didn't turn on the mic today. I'm still dealing with issues with my dad, going to see him in the hospital, and I've become forgetful about things in my own life. So I've never rolled with him before, but just a little background. I noticed he was a little bit winded from the last round, and then he had told me he was new. Not new, that he was new back, after a 10-year hiatus. And he's clearly a technical purple belt. He's using pressure. He likes pressure passing. And he's very strong. But my two arms are able to hold off his one arm, which is usually the case. Not always, obviously, with certain players, it's not going to work as well. But most people, if I have two arms there, I can hold off their one arm. And it'll make him more tired than it'll make me. So he's looking to kick off my hook and pass. I just made space and brought my foot back. I just noticed that my teacher was watching this roll. I wish I would have been more conscious of it. I don't know if he was judging me there. You could see him looking. So here I'm looking to peel his arm. Again, I'm just feeling out what he has. I'm just defending everything. I said, look, I'm just going to play guard and defend everything and see what happens. So there he tried to jump over my guard, which is pretty athletic because he's a big guy. He's 36 years old. He's probably 200 and something pounds. Much bigger than me. And sadly, much younger. So there I was starting to threaten setting up a choke. He defended. Now he's looking to staple my legs and run around, but my right leg is super flexible, and it's really easy for me to keep my knee between my opponent and myself. So here again, we're getting into that 2-on-1 hand fight. That again isn't impossible for him to win, but not probable. I don't want him to grab my head in that position, because at which point he'll flatten me out. As you can see, I kind of have a spider guard on one arm. I'm just monitoring his arm. So here he's looking to pressure pass. He's trying to get past my legs. But really what he should be doing is he should be peeling my legs off with his arms and then passing. Instead, he keeps trying to grab my head, but I still have my knee in between us. I have a lazy half guard here. As you can see, I don't really like locking that triangle in half guard. See, as soon as he switched, I wanted to hook his leg with my left leg and sweep him, but he kicked it off, and he's almost passing my guard here. I don't know when it would officially be a pass, but I'm extending my arms, and he's not able to settle in, at which point I just bring my leg back and I get my quarter guard. I didn't go crazy. I didn't start bucking. I didn't start convulsing. I just went and did what I knew I needed to do. So here we go. I catch him with a butterfly guard sweep. I set it up by looping his arm with my left arm and looping his leg with my left leg. And then I just kick him over. I chop down with my left and I kick over with my right. And then I bring my right leg back. I retract it quickly so that way I don't get caught in his guard. So now I'm just holding him down with knee on belly. But again, even here, not really pressuring him, not grinding my knee into his sternum. He's a bit out of breath. He's a bit out of shape. You know, he hasn't trained in 10 years. But that doesn't mean he's not strong, and it didn't mean that he wasn't coming after me. But I like to be lenient, to grant mercy. Only those in power can grant mercy. That was in Schindler's List. He started pardoning people. I pardon you. So now I'm just containing him. I'm not really trying to submit him. He's on his back. I got his leg hooked. I have him in like a wrestling pin. I'm on my knees. My feet are flat. I could be rolled backwards. It's not a problem. I'm flexible that way. I hear people commenting about back and ankle stuff. That none of that would bother me. So there I put my fist down next to his hips and I ran around to a north-south position, and then at the end I hooked his leg. So a good guy. I look forward to rolling with him in the future. I'm sure he's going to be looking a lot sharper down the line. And now this next round, I was lucky enough for Hussein to ask me to roll. He has a lot of videos on my channel. He's basically, you know, his thing is leg locking, but all of his jiu-jitsu is good. I would say pro level. I really feel like when I get submitted by him that I've been outsmarted. And that's an awesome feeling because I don't feel that way often. So there he's trying to do a lasso guard. I'm looking to come up. I have my knee in the middle, but I don't want to get caught in any type of leg entanglement because that's his world. But what's funny is it feels to me almost impossible to stop. Though I do a good job fending him off here for a few seconds. I'm keeping my knee and elbow together. He wants to separate that connection. He's pushing with his left foot to do so. So I had to fight to bring that back in. Now he's looking to pull my leg out. So I feel that. I'm trying to base. You know, it feels, it's hard to resist. Even mentally, you just want to give in and just give him your leg and try to spin to something, but it always leads to being foot locked. So that was a good berimbolo. And he switches to the other leg. So I thought he was attacking my right leg and he switched to my left leg. And I think he just finished with a straight ankle lock. What I love about rolling with Hussein is he doesn't blast into anything. Like I know the chances of being injured are like 0. And I'm talking even with heel hooks and everything else. He just puts it on very slowly and incrementally. So what's great about that is I could really feel it out. Instead of just bang, just somebody pops it and you have to tap and you don't even know what happened. He goes into it slowly so I could think about it later. I could watch it on video. I could analyze it. Because I'm starting to get my own leg entanglement game going with the lower belts and getting foot locks on them and etc. But I really need to grow it to a high level, especially if I want to, you know, if I don't want to go into being a black belt as someone who's easily foot locked. So if there's a hole in my game, when you're at brown belt, if there's holes in your game, you better fix them. So that was a very interesting exchange. He's also deceptively strong for his size. Here I'm looking for the Kimura, and I've almost gotten into that position with him before. Dare I say it might be a chink in his armor. But here he's already working another foot lock. And like I said, it's really hard to stop. And he's incremental, so I don't have to panic. But it was just another straight ankle. So I really have to learn to stop that leg entanglement or to counter it, to have better footlocks. But I'm not going to have better than him pretty much ever, I don't think. But it'll work on other opponents. You know, as we learn jiu-jitsu together, we all go down river together. So somebody that was better than you when you started, they're probably always going to be a little better as long as they keep training. But that doesn't mean that you're not improving. So here I told him, I go, just do some guard passing because he's good at everything, you know. So I tried my tripod sweep. He did a great job defending it. He actually grabbed my pant leg and was able to hold the material and keep himself balanced, which is very interesting. So here, look, see how he's fighting my legs with his arms. He's not trying to grab my head. That's the sign of someone who's a good guard passer. And there he goes. He passed my guard because he had both legs controlled with his hands. Also, if you notice, he ripped my gi. I've had this gi since 2016. So that gi is 9 years old. It's a Point Break gi, and I bought it when I was training at Elements Athletics as a blue belt. It seems like yesterday. It was 9 years ago. It was a totally different lifestyle here in New York. And I definitely miss those times. So he really felt bad about the gi, but I told him, don't worry, it's 9 years old. My wife was looking for an excuse to throw it out. So here he's pulling off my pants. No, I'm just kidding. He was holding me down with the right knee. As you can see, he still has that grip. So it's an interesting position. He's in like a reverse S mount. So it's always great rolling with Hussein. These are half the rolls from that class. I did 3 other rolls, but partners changed and I moved around. So I want to do a long video with Hussein, like a 20-minute roll or something like that. Let me know in the comments if you would be into that, guys and gals. As you can see, I keep squirming, I keep moving. I don't really make it casual for him to stay on top of me. But thank you for watching. Please like, share. If you haven't already, subscribe. I have a link, X Marshall. You could buy me a coffee. Both are in the description.